One of the surprising new picks for this format has been none other than Sinistcha. Reaching top 10 in usage already and still holding strong, Sinistcha proved to be a lot stronger than most people gave it credit for, so today I want to try out a Trick Room team that I built myself with Sinistcha to just show how good it could be in competitive. If you guys enjoy, of course, and want to see more content like this, of course, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down below what your most surprised pick for the meta has been so far, because this would probably be my personal one. With that said though, we're starting off the day with a Rocky Helmet Sinistcha with Hospitality, of course. This heals your partner spot by 25% at most, of course. Obviously, if you're not able to heal up 25%, then it's by less, but it's up to 25%, which is pretty cool. We have Matcha Gotcha, Strength Sap, Trick Room, and Rage Powder. The Strength Sap is really cool. Obviously, this gives Sinistcha a really good means of recovery, with Matcha Gotcha being a spread move that functions like Scald. It's just 90% accurate, but it's still a really strong means of damage, and it hits both Pokemon with a Grass type attack, which is really good for stat. We have Tera Water, which is great for mons like Chimpao and Urshifu, of course. Well, actually, not really for Urshifu Rapid, but more so for Single, and just other really terrifying threats. And then Rage Powder is just great for redirection, especially with our Rocky Helmet. Speaking of just really good Pokemon in general for this, for our Trick Room core, we do partners with Empoleon, and it takes advantage really well at Strength Sap to try and prop competitive easily. Even still though, we do have Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, Flash Cannon, and Vacuum Wave as really strong means of damage, with Tera Grass being a really good defensive Tera here to avoid things like Spore under Trick Room, as well as things like Rage Powder, and it just gets rid of a lot of different weaknesses, because you're not going to use a Fire attack in Empoleon, no one's going to do that. The coverage overall works really well, and with the competitive ability, anytime someone drops her stats by one stage or more, we can get a +2 boost, which is really cool, and with the Assault Vest, Empoleon turns into a really good special tank. Moving on, we do have Heatran, of course, with a Tera Grass yet again, with Protect, Flash Cannon, Heat Wave, and Earth Power. The Flash Fire, of course, helps take advantage of Tera Grass really comfortably, and Life Orb Heatran just does a lot of damage here. Our investments are made optimal all the way up to 189 HP, so that way then we can make sure that we are taking any sort of Life Orb damage as optimally as possible, with the special attack being used to hit our stat bump. Other than that, we use the investment mostly just to try and hit a speed creep of mons like Pull under Tailwind, and that's really it. Speaking of creeping Pull under Tailwind, we do have Landorus with Choice Scarf Tera Flying, with the Adamant Nature that's actually creeps Pull perfectly pre-Tailwind, and then with our own Tailwind we can creep even Tailwind Pull, which is pretty cool. We have Stomping Tantrum, U-Turn, Tera Blast, and Rock Slide. Overall, just a really good Scarf Landorus with Adamant just being optimal for as much damage as possible, and that's pretty much it. This is just standard Scarf Lando. Moving on, we do have the lesser of the Urshifus, but I think it fits really well in this team. We have Close Combat, Wicked Blow, Sucker Punch, and Protect, with the Focus Sash item, which is usually pretty useful on Urshifu Rapid just to try and take a single hit and fire off a really strong Wicked Blow. I think Urshifu Single on this team is pretty useful, mostly just for damaging opposing ghosts, because I don't really have a good ghost check otherwise, and it's a really good threat under Tailwind, with Sucker Punch being pretty good into the current meta actually for a lot of different top tier Pokemon. Finally, though, we do have Tornadus with just the standard Torn. I threw on Scary Face over Sunny Day. This is obviously, again, Bleak Wind, Tailwind, Scary Face, and then Taunt, with Scary Face being a great way to proc Empoleon after Trick Room, making it an even slower threat overall, and then Torn obviously just being a really good Tailwind monster. Great for the D-Knight E-Speed matchup with POW, and that's really about it. Team's going to be on screen here as well as in the description below, and with that said, let's get into the battles. Alright, and we are here today using our Sinistcha team. Now I will say, I was definitely suspicious of this Pokemon to say the least, and that's not just because of the fact that most of these forms are not actually antique. No, it's the fact that I honestly didn't think this Pokemon would be that good, but I've been working around this team. I'll mention the builder, but most of this team was taken off of a VGC paste funnel. I'm going to link down below to that anyway. I just liked my version better. Not by a lot, but I think that I liked my version a little bit better. I made a couple minor changes. Empoleon was missing 4 EVs, for example. There was a couple other really nitpicky things. But yeah, no, team's pretty terrifying, though, I can't lie. Sinistcha, kinda broken. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and if you do, of course, like and subscribe. I think I'm going to lead off with Sinistcha Urshifu. I feel like it's just a really spammable lead here. We're going to bring Empoleon in the back, and then I think the final mon will probably be, I kind of like Heatran here, mostly just because it's not Scarf Lando. I'm not really huge on Scarf Lando in this game at all. I feel like it has a pretty terrible matchup. Torn could definitely come. We could even go with like both Tailwind and Trick Room here. I don't really like Torn here. I think I like my other 4 a bit better. Heatran would probably be the Tera mono choice here, but I can't lie, there's definitely a lot of merit in Tera Empoleon, because Tera Grass actually could be a really good check to Blood Moon, especially with our Assault Vest. So I feel pretty safe with either one of those. Okie dokie Gliscor. Okay, Okie dokie Gliscor is very fine for me. What I'll probably do is I'm just going to kill the I think I'm just gonna go for Trick Room here. And then I'm gonna go for a Wicked Blow into the Gliscor. Mostly just because I'm anticipating it to either click Protect here or Acrobatics with like a Tera Flying. And either way, if it's going for Protect, that means it's probably more so gonna activate a Toxic Orb. So it is probably gonna go for the Acrobatics. Ooh, wow, that chewed. No, it's just going for Earthquake. Okay, I'm actually very fine with that because they're damaging their Okidogi a lot more than any of my Pokemon. And then Sinistcha won't die to Okidogi, and yeah, okay, Brutal Swing, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't mind this at all. They're damaging their own team for me. Meanwhile, they're also going to, ooh, okay, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to spread Toxic Chain to the Gliscor. That's actually kind of clever. It's kind of clever. Thankfully, my Urshifu is my least needed Mon here. At this point in the game, I could probably just safely Sucker Punch into Okidogi just because it's kind of a free hit. And then I just go for Matcha Gotcha and just kill both Pokemon. Yeah, because I feel confident. Actually, I feel confident we'll kill Okidogi anyway. I'll just go for Sucker into Gliscor. I don't think they'll click Protect now of all turns. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay. Gliscor's done. Okay. So yes, now it's a single target Matcha Gotcha. Obviously, it's not the most accurate move in the world, but I have faith. Little T is not going to disappoint for the content. There we go. Little T did not disappoint for the content. It's a beautiful animation, by the way. So yeah, so Sinistcha will take this hit, obviously. Even if we get poisoned, I'm honestly not too concerned here. They're going to Superpower into Shifu anyway. Very fine with that. This just allows me to bring in Empoleon more easily, which Empoleon's about to go very, very hard here. So I will definitely take that. Yeah, we're going to go right into Empoleon, because Empoleon will comfortably take any Okidogi hit. Obviously, they're probably going to go for a fighting move into this, so I can just Tera Grass now, which will be great into their Ursaluna. Oh, they're not even going to bring that in. Ooh, that's like the one Mon I didn't want to see. Okay, I think, well, they're not going to Tera unless it's Tera Fly at this point. I just go for Matcha Gotcha anyway, and then I just go for Ice Beam here. And I go right into D-Knight. That should be pretty strong, obviously. I mean, again, okay, they're going to go for Fly, and they're slower. They're really slow. To put in perspective, I mean, my Empoleon has speed, but it's not a lot of speed. And they also underpaced Sinistcha, which is only base 90. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. So wow, they're very slow. They're very slow in this team. Oh my goodness. Like, they're minus speed on that for sure. Alright, well, thankfully what I could do, actually, I can just go for... I'll go for Matcha Gotcha here, and then I'm going to switch out into Heatran. I don't mind Heatran going down, but I do kind of want to keep the Sinistcha around. And I feel like as well with... Well, okay, so I want to keep the Sinistcha around, obviously, in case if they're not going to fly right into that. Matcha Gotcha, don't miss... Okay, thank God. We hit the thing at least. Perfect, okay. So in case if they are going for Empoleon here, with the fly, I'm kind of okay with that. They're probably going for Sinistcha, actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, because I didn't Tera, obviously. But so I'm perfectly fine taking that, because Sinistcha is just a bulky Pokemon. And then on top of that as well, I mean, obviously it's taking Rocky Helmet too, so I'm very fine with this. Just wasn't Empoleon's game, I guess. Actually, hold on, we might still be fine. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm going to go for... What do I want to do here? How do I want to play this? So we know that the D-Knight is going to be slower. We know that both these mons are going to be slower. I could just go for Matcha Gotcha here, and then I can go for Burning Jealousy, and just see what my opponent does. I feel like that's a pretty safe play. They're probably going to Earth Power into... Yeah, they're going to go... Oh, they're going for Headbomb. Okay, well, I'm still fine with that, because Matcha Gotcha will still pop. And not only that, but they're running physical Ursaluna's Blood Moon, which is a lot weaker. And on top of all of that, they're gonna let me get an attack off with their -1 Spit F. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I think I actually lost this game, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, I lost the game, because I didn't Tera. I could have Tera'd, in all honesty, in the Sinistcha spot, and that probably would have maybe taken the hit. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's actually super unfortunate. But it is what it is. Man, yeah, I wonder if that was a speed tie on D-Knight, because I could have sworn that it was both underpacing and outpacing me in Trick Room. I feel like it had to have been a speed tie, which is kind of insane that they just hit that. But to each their own. Again, I could have realistically tired there, and that probably would have been a safer play anyway. They're gonna Tera now, which is fine. I do lose this game though, which is honestly, again, it's just due to me being careless. So not really much more to say about that. We're gonna Ice Beam, but they're gonna just kill me with whatever mon I don't kill, unless if they just E-Speed, which would be even better for them. I might not even kill D-Knight. Yeah, okay, because they're not 4 times anymore, and we're not boosting at them, and they just kill. Yep, okay. Damn. This is super unfortunate. I don't really think I gave the mon a good showing, but it is what it is. We'll see you guys in game number 2, though. We'll patch it up for game 2, because I do think the mon it's still really good. I did not give that a good showing, and I'm very sorry about that. But we'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, moving on to the next game, we fight a pretty interesting team. I still think despite the Koraidon, we can actually muscle past this. Koraidon's actually fairly manageable for this team, thankfully. Especially if I remember to Tera the Sinistcha, I can just start drawing that in actually and make it take Rocky Helmet contact, which will be nice. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to lead off with Sinistcha, and I think I'm going to lead off with Landorus. This way I have a really strong nuke that can just start targeting into Koraidon in the off chance that it does go for a lead here. Meanwhile, I'm going to bring Empoleon in the back. I think Empoleon can do a lot of work here. And then I think my final mon will probably be, I kind of want to bring Urshifu, despite going hard into Trick Room mode, but I feel like that I could go Urshifu. Heatran's not terrible either, especially if I do commit a Tera to it. The issue is I don't know if I want to, and Urshifu can at least crit through their Gyarados Intimidate, which is good, and it's also really good for stuff like Mew, Meowscarada, and for a lot of the team, it's probably still fine even with Trick Room up, so it's really just the Azu that'll be a threat. And I can check Azu pretty well, thankfully, with the Sinistcha, so I'm not too worried there. So good luck and fun to my opponent. They're going to lead off with Gyarados Lucario. Okay, Gyarados Lucario is interesting. Sinistcha and Landorus should be pretty good into this. We can at least weaken... okay, so we actually weaken both. I kind of anticipated that would be an Inner Focus set, but I'm still very fine with that. Let's see. So I can definitely just go for a Trick Room here, I feel like. Trick Room should be pretty free. I will actually pop Tera just in case, because Tera Water is really good into this matchup, and I don't want to let Gyarados get a Tera fly into me for no reason. And then meanwhile, I think I'm gonna go for... I kind of want to just go for a Rock Slide here, but I'm actually just gonna go for a U-turn. I'm anticipating that Lucario is either Life Orb, Focus Sash, or Banned. So I'd rather just U-turn on that and just try and, if it's Focus Sash, break it, and if it's an offensive item, we'll figure that out. But regardless though, this U-turn should be pretty good. We can just get some really strong damage into my opponent here, and then they can't really do a lot about that. Bullet Punch, okay, yeah. So they're gonna try and just get damage off of me. Thankfully though, we are Tera Water, so they're gonna break their own Sash anyway if they had it. And if they're not, they did not reveal Life Orb at least, so we know they're not Life Orb. So they could be banned. I don't think they're banned. They could be though. Either way, we're just gonna go, especially since they've already revealed a move, I can pretty safely go right into Empoleon here. And then I can follow up with Matcha Gotcha plus Vacuum Wave into that. Just because it's more accurate, and obviously I mean it's super effective too. So we can just go for that, and that should hopefully help. Trick Room is gonna pop though. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Matcha Gotcha here. Matcha Gotcha should be pretty good. We can just start burning my opponent's mons, and then also get some nice recovery. And then Vacuum Wave will be decent priority. If they're gonna go for close combat, so be it. But again, really Sinistcha should be able to 1v4 this team in all honesty. Especially with the Tera Water, the only threat would be maybe Koraidon, but I still do have mons like Landorus. They can at least try and Intimidate cycle that, as well as obviously the Strength Tap on the Sinistcha. Should be really good for weakening that thing and then forcing it to take helmet damage. Especially since it doesn't have super effective on Collision Course, it's not going to do as much damage. Close combat, they're weakening their own defenses. If they're going for Outrage, so be it. So I mean, I do have ways to definitely get around that mon, so I'm not too concerned, even just with Sinistcha. So, and thankfully we lost our weakness to Fire thanks to the Tera Water, so if it goes for Flare Blitz, that's also fine, because that would be Sun Boosted and could be pretty terrifying. They're going to withdraw Gyarados, so withdrawing Gyarados is still very fine for me, because that just means I'll have to bring it in later on, and if Empoleon's still alive, that's really good for me. Koraidon comes in, okay. Perfect. So they're probably doing that to try and weaken any sort of Hydro Pump. Definitely glad I clicked the Vacuum Wave here. Oh, they're going to switch it again, even better, because this now means that I get a very, very unimpeded attack here, and we figure out all 4 of their mons. They're going to bring in Mew. Okay, Mew is very fine. I can just proceed to go for Strength Sap on the Koraidon here. Oh, we didn't burn Koraidon. Very unfortunate. Okay, well, I still go for Strength Sap right into that. and then just try and drop its attack stat. Meanwhile, I can also just go for Ice Beam. I could go for Matcha Gotcha too, and that might be a bit better. What I'll actually probably do, I think I'm going to go for a Strength Sap here. And then I'm also going to go for a switch into Landorus here. This way I can drop Koraidon's attack by one stage, on top of the fact as well that I can drop it by another stage with my Strength Sap. And -2 Koraidon shouldn't really be a threat to me. I don't really see a world where it actually does damage. And then I can just spam Matcha Gotcha from that point and just try and burn through my opponent. Mew does make this a little more annoying just because of the fact that Mew could potentially end up getting, me burned, but I'm still very fine with that. They're going to have Drill Run Mew, very interesting. And then Outrage Sinistcha, that doesn't really do a lot, thankfully. And they are going to take Rocky Helmet damage, perfect, okay. So, yeah, I think I just go for Matcha Gotcha here, and then I just go for U-turn right into the Mew. If Mew switches out, that's fine. We obviously can burn both Pokemon potentially. We avoid Koraidon again. That's like the one mon I wanted to click this into. Okay, well, we'll get some decent recovery off of Mew at least, which is good. And then again, Outrage isn't really doing a lot to Sinistcha, and they're taking Helmet, so I'm very okay with this. They're gonna go for Brave Bird. Ooh, definitely spicy. I like the coverage at the very least. I mean, Ground Flying hits really well. That's why Landorus is so good. But it's just really funny to see is all. So we're going to U-turn though. Mew will die, which is great for us, and then I can proceed to just go right into my Empoleon again, because Empoleon can at least pick off the Koraidon, which will be huge, because between the fact that Koraidon will have to take an Outrage Rocky Helmet damage, as well as the fact that we can just hit it with an Ice Beam, that should definitely be enough to pick it off. And then obviously again we do have Matcha Gotcha as well that can go right into Lucario. We could potentially get a burn with that. If Gyarados comes in, that's fine. It'll activate my competitive, and then I think I just win the game at that point. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna go into Lucario and click a fighting move. Yep, Lucario. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go for Matcha Gotcha, and I'm gonna go for Vacuum Wave. I feel like that I always just target Lucario now that I'm speaking out loud, because Lucario could actually kill me, and Matcha Gotcha in tandem with that, I mean, we can maybe get a burn. That did less than I was hoping for, I can't lie. We avoid Lucario now. Okay, now, again, it's like the one mon I want to keep hitting with this, I keep missing. But it's always one mon a turn, and it's always the one that I want to hit. I don't know why that keeps happening, but it's very annoying. At least you get the burn. Because now Koraidon will literally do like 20 damage, and even if it's not choiced, it's still going to be fine. Okay, they're going for Dig. Dig is very fine, actually, because I can proceed to just go for my... I can just go right into my Landorus, and Landorus is a complete immunity to that. Perfect. Okay, so Koraidon is definitely pretty manageable. Again, not the most Reg E experience, but if nothing else, the team definitely can still bully Koraidon, that's for sure. So Sinistcha, if you're looking for any mons that could be Koraidon checks later on, Sinistcha might be your mon. Let's see, so Trick Room ended, right? Trick Room ended? Yeah, Trick Room ended. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna get up a Trick Room here, and then I'm going to go for a Vacuum Wave right into Koraidon. Koraidon should be so weak offensively that I don't mind even letting Empoleon take a hit from it. And Dig Lucario obviously isn't stabbed, so I'm also not really too concerned from that either. So Koraidon's going to hit itself in Confusion. You can see how little damage that did though with the -2 as well as the fact that it's burned. So again, not really anything to be frightened by. I'm just going to go for Rage Powder here, and that way then I can make my opponents kill themselves to Helmet if they're going for anything that would be hitting before Empoleon, and then just in case I'll Vacuum Wave into Koraidon, not into Koraidon, into Lucario, because Koraidon will guarantee die to Helmet. Lucario only will if it, well actually Lucario won't either way, but just picking off Lucario will be good. And then Gyarados obviously does force itself to die to Ice Beam later on, which would be nice. So we should be pretty set. I will say though, it's pretty funny that the Reg E team, even if it was thrown on with not the most tailored to competitive sets, we couldn't beat, but we can beat this team that has 2 banned Pokemon, which is just super funny. That'll actually never not be funny to me. But just goes to show up that there's a lot of nuance in just team matchup and all that. And I think, as I said, it goes to the fact that the team is fine. I just played it really poorly in game 1. But we'll take this. Gyarados should die to Ice Beam pretty confidently, and then game 3 should hopefully be fine. Just for sake of, I will hop on Right Powder for game 3, just because of the fact that while it won't be as leaning towards a Reg E format, at the same time, I do kind of want to just get something that'll be a little bit closer to like a normal, like a middle ground team here. We'll go for Strength Zap, and then I'm just going to go for Ice Beam. Mostly just so I can guarantee drop the attack, and then just start whittling down Gyarados before it goes for like an Earthquake here or anything. Because Earthquake would definitely be a little bit free, or even like a Bulldoze if it has Bulldoze. That could also, again, be fairly low drawback against my team. But Earthquake might kill both my Pokemon at this range, so I do just want to murder Gyarados. Dropping its attack by 1 should hopefully help Empoleon take that hit, as well as the fact that Sinistcha will now definitively take that hit, because we're going to be pretty healed up. I don't know if we'll get to full, but we'll probably get to like 80, 90%. Oh, actually, we get to full. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Hyper Beam. Alright. Well, it's a nice way to end off the thing, at least. I mean, Gyarados is just taking its Ice Beams at this point, and then we'll go for Matcha Gotcha. We'll see if the Fates allow Sinistcha to get that last kill. If not, I mean, Ice Beam will definitely kill. Okay, so Matcha Gotcha's gonna pop. This should do some decent damage. I don't know if it'll kill, though. Just barely. Okay. Game wanted Empoleon to get this. Having to take that Hyper Beam, though, is pretty funny. It's a move you don't get to see a lot. I think I've literally only viably ran the Sand Sylveon before, and that's about it. So it is pretty funny to see, I will say. But okay, so we're 2 games in. We're 1-1 for the day. We'll see you guys in the final match of the day because, yeah, we'll be able to do just one more. So we'll see you guys in game number 3. Okay, well, thankfully, yet again, me trying to say that I'm going to hit ranked ladder and then forgetting to worked out well because we're fighting a rain team, like a pretty solid rain team, actually. I mean, lack of Torn is a little questionable, but hey, I mean, everything else about it, it's a viable rain team outside of that. And even then, it's really only questionable just because the fact that Torns are spamming weather. And otherwise, this would just be a cool rain team. So we're taking on Wellspring, Politoed, Regieleki, Sylveon, Baskia Legion, and Urshifu. Probably Rapid, but Single's not terrible on this team. Definitely interesting, actually. Trick Room goes hard here. Trick Room goes very hard here. We're going to lead off with Sinistcha and Lando. Sinistcha Lando goes pretty well. I mean, realistically, if a Lucky leads, I just Tantrum into it. And then if anything else leads, I just let Lando U-turn out. We're going to bring Empoleon, and then I'm going to bring... I feel confident in Shifu, actually. Because besides that Sylveon, Shifu goes really hard, and it just spams Sucker Punch into everything else. So I'm just going to go for Sucker Punch into everything else, and we'll just do that. Plus, we have our Focus Sash, and very few mons in this team have priority. Well, actually, no, a good amount of this team has priority now that I'm saying that out loud. But even still, Shifu will just hit faster, so it's okay. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, and let's see what they do. I'm anticipating Politoed Lucky lead. Politoed Sylveon. Okay, pretty close. This might actually lean into maybe not going for Trick Room immediately, and instead just going for Matcha Gotcha. Because Matcha Gotcha plus U-turn could actually go pretty well, and killing the Sylveon, that's like the one Trick Room that really exists here. So I think I'd rather just do that. So yeah, we're gonna go for Matcha Gotcha here, and then I'm gonna go for a U-turn. I could go for Tera Flying too, to be fair, but I do still kind of like keeping my Tera around because 1, pre-Tera Landorus is like my best way around a Lucky, and 2, obviously just making sure that I do have Tera potentially for mons like Empoleon, because especially against the rain, that might be a little bit better. And I mostly say that because it also would give me a resist to a Lucky, which is good in case I need to avoid spamming Thunders, and also helps a little bit better with Shifu not weak to fighting. So with like the rain mons, it works better, but yeah, we'll have to see. We're gonna go on Empoleon though. That'll obviously take any Sylveon hit really comfortably, and then no matter what Politoed goes for, I'm pretty okay in that regard as well. They're gonna go for Hypnosis, and they hit. Who hits that? That's so silly of them. Okay, well, it's still honestly fine. I think I'm just gonna go for Flash Cannon into Sylveon. We do see that Sinistcha ends up outpacing, which is good. I think it's no, it's base 70. Yeah, we should just outpace that anyway. Their Throat Spray, good to know. Okay, so never mind, they're leftovers. Okay, well, I can just go for Matcha Gotcha again, and I'm just gonna go for a Flash Cannon into the Sylveon. Since it is leftovers, I'm anticipating a little bit bulkier of a spread, especially with how little damage that did. I could go for Tera Water. Well, actually, no, Tera Water would serve no purpose outside of avoiding Ice Beam. And if my opponent goes for Ice Beam, I mean, so be it. I don't really have a reason to Super Preserve. They're gonna go for Earth Power anyway. Okay, that's very fine. I take that pretty well. And then again, we know that Sylveon will not kill, thankfully, which is good. We actually can nearly guarantee that anyway, which is huge here. Split F drop. Can I get first turn? No, I do not get first turn. Super unfortunate. Okay. Well, my opponent's gonna go for Hyper Voice. Don't kill, don't kill, don't kill. Perfect, okay. Alright. I kinda want to dual swap, but I feel like dual swapping doesn't offer me a lot here. I'm definitely gonna switch out Sinistcha, and I think I'm gonna actually switch that out into Landorus. And then I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon here into Sylveon. I'm kind of anticipating that Politoed actually just goes for the kill into Sinistcha at this point. And even just getting another Hospitality out of this is honestly fine. I don't super need Trick Room here, as long as they didn't bring Lucky. And even if they did bring Lucky, I can still work around it. And Basculegion can also be worked around because of the fact that I do have Shifu with Sash. They're gonna go for Protect. Okay, so they were trying to seek out the Empoleon kill, which is interesting for sure. I can thankfully just go for... Let's see, okay. So, what do I want to do here? How do I want to handle this? So, I can switch in Sinistcha. And Sinistcha would allow me to take this Earth Power. It would definitely allow me to take this Earth Power. I feel confident it will. No, actually, I don't think I gain enough back. Okay, well, we're gonna go for Tantrum here. Nope, not U-turn. We're gonna go for Tantrum here. Into this, and then I think I'm gonna switch out. Nope, I think I'm just gonna let this go down. Yeah, I think I just let this go down. We'll go for, just in case, I'm gonna go for a Vacuum Wave into the Politoed, just for damage in all honesty. I mean, again, I'm dying this turn either way. They're gonna have for Quick Attack, okay. Well, thankfully they didn't kill. That does kind of lead me to believe though that they're gonna click Ice Beam on Landorus, and that might be pretty bad actually. But thankfully though, I could still maybe make this work. We're gonna for Hydro Pump. Okay, well thank fuck I avoided that. That's actually really huge that I avoided that, I can't lie. I think I have to switch into Sinistcha and just take my recovery that I can get and just damage whatever I can with Empoleon as well as possible. Basculegion, okay. Very fine. Yeah, I just go into Sinistcha here, and then I just take the damage I can get. We're gonna get whatever little damage I can get with Empoleon at this point, and then hopefully Sinistcha will recover me back a little bit of health. But yeah, at this point it's looking kind of grim. I could still maybe make something work, to be fair though. I mean, Empoleon is gonna get some nice recovery, and Basculegion might just be the Motley targets, which is great if that's the case. Because if Basculegion goes into Sinistcha, I'm super okay with that. Nope, they're gonna go. Oh, they are gonna go into Sinistcha. Okay, is that contact? Does that make contact? I don't actually know. Like, I genuinely don't know if that makes contact or not. That does not. Okay, good to know. And they're not Life Orb. That's also good to know. Okay. So I think Rain ends in like one more turn. One more turn for Rain, right? Yeah. Super unfortunate. So I do need to go for a Sucker Punch here into the Legion. And I need to kind of hope that it's not going to click Aqua Jet. This also does mean, though, that I need to click Tera Blast flying into the Politoed. Reason being for that is, one, because, I mean, we're seeing a super Spadef Politoed here. Not that Vacuum Wave is the strongest move, but it's definitely more Spadef leaning for sure. And I want to just murder that. 2, it also gets rid of my weakness to Aqua Jet, which is good. So I'm just going to go for that. I can, technically speaking, go for Wicked Blow, but I don't want Basculegion to get, like, an actual hit, like a Last Respects, or, like, a Wave Crash into me, because that would be a lot more terrifying. And if it's going for Aqua Jets, I can make it work. It's just a little more uncomfortable is all. But, plus, Rain will end soon anyway, and again, I can try and work around if I really need to. They're gonna switch out Legion. Okay, switching out Legion is fine. I'm very fine with switching out Legion because that should actually open up a lot more endgame potential. They're gonna go into Lucky. Fuck. Okay, so they do have a Lucky. Alright. That's not good. That's not good at all. Because that could actually be the one situation where I do lose this game now. I'm gonna still just have to kind of try and make it work here. But I'd be lying if I said this was easy. Sucker Punch does fail, obviously. That's fine. And then we're gonna go for Tera Blast. I need this to kill Politoed, or I definitively lose here. Especially if they targeted Urshifu. We did not kill Politoed. Very unfortunate. We do avoid Hypnosis though, which is huge. Okay. I'm gonna go for a Tera Blast here, and then I'm gonna go for Wicked Blow. And I'm just gonna see they go for Thunder. Okay, Thunder is gonna kill. That's obviously going to kill. Okay. I just need to hope that Politoed doesn't go for an attack. As long as Politoed doesn't go for an attack, I could maybe win this. If Politoed goes for any sort of damaging move, though, I'm on a lot of pressure by the. Oh my God, there's Sash. Okay, yeah, that might be game in all honesty. That might be game. Damn, honestly, just not my best showing. Okay, well, thankfully they're giving me this. Please just don't have E-Speed. I do kind of want to make a play, but I feel like if I make a play, I lose. Politoed is just spamming Hypnosis. Oh, I think, fuck. I was going to try and make a play on either E-Speed or around Protect. I'm very glad I did not open his lantern. I just need to hope that Politoed keeps missing Hypnosis, because that's the best way I win this fucker. Yeah, I lose. I definitely lose now, yeah. Because there's no way in hell that Legion doesn't have a Wave Crash. And even still, I mean, well, let me rephrase, there's no way it doesn't have Aqua Jet. Even still, I could probably just spam Last Respects at this point. I feel like that does enough. Plus my opponent can just dual target now. Like Earth Power plus Last Respects would definitely kill me. Damn, unfortunate, because I don't even think that's a team issue either. I think the team is fine. Again, this one I think I just got outplayed. I'm not even gonna, I think I could have won game 1 for sure and went 2-1 for the day. But this one I just got outplayed, which is the sad reality of it. They're gonna hit Hydro Pump. Okay, yeah, good game, good game. Honestly, if they just hit like an Earth Power even earlier, they would have won the game probably at this point already. They probably would have won it more safely too at that. But I'll take it, I'll take it. We went 1 and 2. I don't think it's Sinistcha's fault though. I think Sinistcha's still a fine pick. And if you guys want to try them on yourselves, of course, the team will be down below as well as on screen here. So, well, not on screen here. It's gonna be down below with the rental in the description as well if you guys want to try that. If you guys enjoyed and want to see more content like this, of course, leave a like below and subscribe. If you want to become a channel member today, it's only a few dollars a month. We have a couple different tiers you guys can check out. So make sure to do that as well. Our current channel members are Zeke, Mia, Timo Mueller, Rao, Ovo, Johanna Speed, Double, Endless Gadgets, Bam Bambi, Josh the Ultra Player, and Incog. Your guys' support is greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out, guys.